Hey there, welcome back. This is Maisha Kramer, and I'm a doula and a mom living in NYC. Today's interview, we're going to talk to a new mom who's struggling with breastfeeding. I have not met her before, I have not met her in person, and we'll see what we can do to help. It's me. Hi, I'm the doula. It's me. It's me. Hi, I'm the doula. It's me. She's coming in.
Hi. Sorry
Hey
about that. I
there.
don't know the link. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause I had it from before, so probably you had the one from before.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Today was a better day. I got outside. We went to the pediatrician. He's good. No issues. He put 6 ounces back on from what he lost. So that's good. Um, he's in between sleep and wake. He's gonna get up soon. So
Okay.
I'm hearing him squealing, so I know he's gonna get up in a minute.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about yourself, where you live, where you're from?
So I live in Brooklyn, New York, born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. I live in East New York. I grew up in this neighborhood also, but after I got married, we relocated here. I used to live in Bed-Stuy as a teenager. Um, I work as a teaching assistant for the Department of Education, and this is my first baby, and
All right.
he's almost a week old tonight at 12:45.
Time, time flies.
Yeah, it does.
I'm also from NYC. Which high school?
I went to Millwood.
Oh, yeah. I went
Yeah.
to Dewey.
Oh, John Dewey. Okay.
You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah,
Big
yeah.
schools, big schools. That's
Uh,
when they had big schools. Now all the schools is like small little micro schools.
right. They make those like charter things and stuff.
Yeah,
The floor, like each floor is a school or something, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, back in the day. My day.
yeah.
So tell me what's going on with you and your baby.
So I wish I did a lot more um breastfeeding education before I had him. Um, I feel like it's something that's harder than like what is described or like what you see on TV or what you hear, what you see other moms do. It's a very personal experience, and um, from the moment he came out and they did skin to skin and everything, he immediately latched on. And I was like, oh, this is perfect, but not knowing that, that was just one time. That was the first time. And I didn't even have like proper consultation at that moment. They just wanted, the skin to skin and to start the process. The next day, not saying the next day, but later on that day, because he was born after midnight, the lactation consultant came in. She taught me one way, just one way. It was the football hole on my right side. She pretty much guided me, and it was like, oh, this is perfect. So I'm like, okay, great. Like he came out, he latched, now he's latching, she's here, it's perfect. And I started to ask questions, and she was just like, no, like it was very just rushed and very, um, I guess like I felt like I needed more time. It was not even a 15-minute conversation. And so now I'm home, and it's like the football holds, it works when it wants to work. Baby, he gets very like, it's like he's not finding it, like I'm here and he's there and his hands are in the way, and
Mhm.
it gets frustrating for me, it gets frustrating for him. And I'm trying my best to just be patient with myself and to be patient with him. But I just feel like I don't really like know enough ways. I TikTok to YouTube, it's just I don't
It's
know, it's not clicking. And like I'm a very hands-on person, and like a step by step, like I need step by step instruction, personal to me. And so that's why I felt the need to reach out to you. Like I said, I just wish that I did a lot more preparation. It's like you think, oh, stroller, car seat, the bottles, but you're not thinking like just something like this could really like you know, throw things a little bit off track. And so, I mean, I'm looking forward to learning something and hopefully getting better at this journey.
Well, it sounds like you've already done a lot of work, and that's great. And you're really trying. And I know when you have a painful latch, it's so painful. So I just want to give you like big hugs for hanging in there and still trying because
Yeah.
it hurts. It really, really, really hurts.
Yeah.
It's really, really tough. And I'm glad you're still trying, and hopefully I can help you.
Yeah.
So, from what you told me, if he comes off your breast and it has that slant, like a tube of lipstick slant, I have the doll. Where's the doll? Here's my doll. It usually means that his head is probably more tilted down,
Okay.
which is common because when you nurse, right, the head is going to go in,
Hmm.
right? But what's happening is when your nipple goes into his mouth and his head is tilted down, it gets that flat thing.
Okay.
We want to get the head back like this, like how we drink, right? Like this.
Right.
Mhm. If
Okay.
here, you're gonna get the ouchies, ow, 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 the flat, the crack, the bleeding.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
For the head turning, we got to be careful if our hand touches their cheek. It's an instinct, their head turns.
Okay.
Even if you don't touch their cheek, they still turn their head. But if you know you're maybe the mom's hand is here and then this one,
Hmm.
that hand gets in the way too. So the only way to get the head tilt up, if you palm his head's gonna tilt down.
Okay.
We got to get back here, not head, neck, not head, neck, to give space for the head to tilt back. You still support his head here. This is all you need to support his head.
Okay.
Okay, and then allowing that head to tilt. This is a doll, so it can't really tilt, right?
All right.
Like that. I want to get him like that,
Okay.
which it's not your fault because every image you will see of a mother breastfeeding is like this. This is a bad latch. Now at 3 months, it's fine, but when they first come out, this is horrible. This will hurt. I really need to get a hand, let me tilt this down. You can see behind their neck and get my hand behind the boob and bring them in like this. See? And get in there. Really tilt that head back. Not with my hand, but just like that and get him in there.
Okay.
The other thing is when you put him on you, what most moms do is lead with the top lip, right? And they're bringing the baby on like that.
Hmm.
I want you to lead with the chin bottom lip and bring the baby on like this way.
Okay.
Bringing the baby onto the breast, chin bottom lip, top lip, and don't do the head curl up. Everyone goes like this. Chin, chin, right? Everyone does it. Curl, 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 right?
Mhm.
But you can't really swallow good like that. It's got to stay here. And I lead with the chin. This hand driving in the chin into the breast. This hand driving the chin into the breast.
Okay.
So counterintuitive because you want to do this, right?
Right.
You
Right.
want to do this. It looks like this would work, but it hurts.
Yes.
When you lead with the chin, and here's you, it's going to make you fold into the mouth if you lead with the chin. You also want to aim at the top. So I'm going to draw, whoopsie, a big boob, for example. Here's our boob, right? Here's our birth. Here's, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, I want to, right, I don't want to bring his mouth here. I'll show you. That's not good. Let me see. I'll make it a little darker so you can see better. Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
But when I bring them up, their nose should be aligned around here, not here. So it looks like if I'm putting their nose to the nipple, how will that work? When I press their chin in here, it's going to make it pop in his mouth.
Okay.
So I'm going to drive in the chin here, drive in the chin here really firmly to press you into his mouth.
Okay. I wish he was up so I could do this.
He'll be up soon.
Yeah.
right? So I want to get his mouth like this, like
Okay.
this. I want his mouth like this. It's not going to be on the tip, but if you aim the mouth like a bullseye, that's too much. He's going to be head down. I want to aim his head like this. I want to bring his mouth over here.
Okay.
Believe it or not. Very counterintuitive because you want to come on like that. Everyone tries to come on like that, right? Ooh, good. But that's gonna bite your nipples up.
Yes. Poor nipples. They're so like engorged right now. I'm just like so terrified to put him on.
So you tried to pump, right?
I'll be honest, I don't know what I'm doing with the pump. I'm just all over the place, honestly. And like what I do is when he is latched what I think properly, but I can hear gulping and I
Right.
can hear movement in his stomach. So I'm like, okay, he's getting something. I'll just take the other side, the haka, I'll let it sit there
That's
and
good.
so it'll come
That's
down.
yeah.
And so I haven't really, I tried the pump, but then it hurts still because they're sore. So it's like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't even know like what setting to put it on. Like, I don't know.
So the pump you plug in, put it as low as you have to.
Okay.
So if it's hurting, turn it down. Turn it down.
Okay.
For the haka, obviously it just pops on.
Yeah, the haka is like, it's not as painful. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the pressure, but it's not.
yeah, it doesn't hurt like that.
Yeah,
So are your breasts totally hard now or just kind of firm?
they're hard.
Hard, because if it's too hard, he can't get up. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's like solid, he can't nurse because he can't get a latch, he can't compress.
Okay.
If you want to start with Haka now, just to make some space,
Okay.
just a little bit.
It's like raining bottles and all kinds of stuff in my room.
I know. So how long do you nurse him before you give him
So
formula?
I won't always give him formula. Like if he like sometimes he'll drink for like 15 like 10, 15 minutes and he'll just knock out and he'll be asleep for like
Great.
2, 3 hours. And then there are other times where it's just like, okay, you're really, really, really hurting me and I can't do this anymore.
Right,
So then
right.
I'll give him like an ounce of the
Okay. All right.
so
And in
for
the last
can
24
I take
hours,
everything off?
that's fine, yeah. And in the last 24 hours, how much formula has he had?
Last 24 hours, I would say he's had oh, I didn't do a lot of like mommy duty because my husband let me sleep.
Fine.
Um, I would say he had maybe about 8 ounces.
Okay. hmm
Yeah, like he usually is like one and a half
hmm
every 3, 4 hours. Um, yeah,
All right. Right now, are his hands closed?
his hands are stuck in his sleeve. I'll try to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means he is hungry. So we could try to feed him. But first, tell me, do you want to do a football hold or do you want to go across?
So the football hole is easier for me, but I do want to do a cross only because the football hold when it's in the middle of the night is a lot like to me
Yeah.
it's more challenging. It's easier to just do this when it's
Well,
at night.
it's hard to make sure because when you do the football, it's hard to not curl them in. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to not do that. It's really hard to get a head up, right? Because
Right,
you're probably going to do this.
right.
And it should
And
work. But if you can get this, it'll be good.
okay. I'm getting
So-
it.
Oh, hey, cutie pie. Oh, he is so beautiful.
Thank you. He's so sweet. You slept all day. Wake up. I
hmm
think my breasts are actually leaking right now a little bit.
Yep, there you
And
go.
they're like really scabby too.
Yeah, that
Before I gave birth, I had like kind of like a pimple on this nipple. Like I don't want to say it was a pimple, but it was like
a bleb.
Yeah, and then like he sucked the life out of that, and and it's been sore since.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you have support like for your back? Because you look like you don't have any like back
so
support.
yeah, so let me, because I'm sitting on the bed sideways, and it's not really good.
We gotta get you comfortable.
Yeah, hold on, let me get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put. You're making gas on me, man. Please don't.
Mm-hmm.
No. So I'll put the laptop on the top of the pillow here, and I will sit back on the bed.
So if you plan on going cross, right? The
Mhm.
boob that you want to nurse him on, the same hand. So the same, if say I'm going to do this one, then this hand, this the one, then this hand.
Should I use the boppy or?
If you want, if it's helpful.
Yeah, this one is leaking right now.
Okay.
Feel it.
It's great. You got lots of milk for him.
He already has his mouth like open.
He's ready.
This one is. And so this is not my like I don't know. I feel like this side is weird.
Yeah, we usually have a side that we prefer for the way our hands feel.
Yeah. Um. I'll try it anyway.
Okay, so for that one, that boob, that hand, and then the other one, put your hand behind his neck.
Okay.
And
Yeah, this is not gonna work. I need
oh,
to do it this way because it is.
it
Yeah.
feels weird.
Yeah. Feels
Make
like
sure,
I'm a lefty.
right, make sure his whole torso is turned towards you. So he's
Okay.
turning towards
Like
you.
now, his hands are like locked to his chest.
That's fine.
Okay.
So turn him towards you. Yeah. Get
Okay.
your hand firmly behind his neck.
Okay.
You have your finger like this. See if you could slide it down like that. Yep. And
Okay.
then the other hand grabs the boob firm. Right. And then you want to align his nose to you. And then when you get the mouth, you're going to drive in that chin. Soon as he opens his mouth, drive him on chin first.
He just went immediately, just sucking already.
That's great. How does it feel?
He's not latched.
Okay. Use that hand behind him to press him on, to press that chin into the breast firmly.
There we go.
And breathe. Nice deep breath.
Hmm?
Nice deep breath. Nice deep breath. How's it feel?
That was so easy. Like, all right, wake up. He's like falling asleep already.
That's fine. That's fine because he was half asleep. Make sure that hand behind his neck is really snug.
Okay.
Okay, so holding that snug, what I want to do now is adjust you because you've come frontwards. I want you to bring him back so you can get comfortable. If you want to use like your knees to prop him up so you can sit back. I want you to try and sit back. Mm-hmm. There we go. How's that feel?
It doesn't hurt like
Good. There you
outrageous.
go.
He's
There
not
you
suffocating, is he?
I don't know. I mean, you can blow on him.
No, he's not suffocating. He's still drinking.
Oh, is he?
No, I mean like his like my boobs are really big. It's like bigger than his.
Big boobs don't hurt anyone. Have you ever heard of anyone being hurt by boobs?
No.
No. Boobs are all of our friends. Okay. Boobs are nice to everyone. If boobs hurt our children, this wouldn't work, right?
Exactly.
Boobs are great.
So I like that whole like bullseye and like pushing
Mhm.
his head into it.
Right?
The lactation consultant did not.
Mm-hmm.
He just like, this is how you do it. Put the pillow, like do this, and it was just cut and dry.
Yeah. I think almost all the moms curl in the head because it looks like you should curl them in like that. It looks like you should do this.
Right.
Still hurt. That'll hurt. You need to bring the head tilt where your hand is and the back and mush and mesh. So the chin should be totally smashed in there.
Yeah.
And his nose should be touching, but not smushed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And he wasn't so like crazy just now, like normal, I
Right.
guess.
Well, it's also we want to catch them before they're hangry.
Yeah.
That's why, he didn't start to cry. I mean, sometimes we just have to, but so why I said check his hands. If his hands are closed, they're hungry.
Okay.
He hasn't gotten super hungry where he's screaming and having a fit, just like us, right? We get very, very irrational when we're hungry, and he's
Yeah.
a baby. He can act like a baby.
I know.
So it's good to, I know, like we have their hands covered because they tear up themselves with those, sharp nails.
Mhm.
But it's also good to have their hands out so you can have an eye on their hands and know they're hungry.
Yeah, I don't have anything on his hands, just the stuff is too long, like too
Mhm.
pointy. But yeah. And he just fights us about wearing clothes. Like he would much rather probably be pampered, like just pamper only. But I don't know.
Well, if it's cold, then he needs to have on clothes on. But if it's not, then,
It's warm in the house.
okay, then you don't have to then. I mean, if he's down, he needs clothes, but if you hold him, then no, you don't have to. Happy baby.
He's still going.
Good.
He's taking his little breathers in between,
Mhm.
but
Excellent. Yep. Few sucks, pause, sucks, pause, right?
yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I have to really like get better with when I'm asleep and he's like
Right.
starting, I have to like really get up because sometimes I'm just like, all right, just give me like 2 more minutes.
I know. It's
And then
always harder at 3 a.m.
yeah, and then it's like he's just like, come on, I want it now. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? You're just gonna get a bottle because I can't focus right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting though, like he eats like on the three, like 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, midnight, 3 a.m., 6 p.m.
So if you give a baby formula, it's 3 hours, but if he becomes exclusively on breast milk, it'll be 2 hours,
2 hours. Okay. Of
which is harder. But
course.
that's the way it works. If you're exclusively drinking breast milk, you'll get like like 1 3 hour break and a 24-hour day. But usually it'll be 2 hours or less, and they eat more often. It's a lot of snack.
Okay. And then like I would know that he's full because he would pull away.
Right. So if you want, I mean, what are your goals? Do you want to exclusively nurse? Um,
So no, because my concern is um when I go back to work.
right,
And then not only that, but then just like just needing the help.
right.
Um
But would you want to pump for him or do you want him
yeah,
to?
I would want to pump,
Okay,
but then I know I'd have to build my supply.
right. And how much time do you have at home?
I would go back to work March 27th.
I'm like, what day is this? This is January, right? I think
So
it's
three
January.
months. Yeah.
So you have plenty of time.
Okay.
You have plenty of time. And then if you want to call me back like a month before and we could talk about how to prepare.
Okay.
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 For now, it seems like you have a ton of milk. That's great. We want to make sure your supply is enough because when you give a baby formula, your supply might kind of go down, but
Okay.
it looks like you still have a lot. It's still new. So what we need to do next, now that you got a latch that is painless, is make sure he eats enough, right? So you want to look for signs that he's full, like hands are relaxed.
They're still crunched.
Yep. Okay, he's still hungry. And then you will nurse him until he pops off. If he's asleep, it's fine, but until he pops off.
Okay.
When he pops off, check his hands. If his hands are completely relaxed and floppy, then he could sleep. If they're not completely relaxed in 15 minutes or less, I want you to nurse him again.
Okay.
And then after that time, 5, 10 minutes, he nurses, he pops off. Are his hands closed? Nurse him again in 15 minutes or less. You continue that, like snack, snack, snack thing,
Mhm.
until his hands are completely relaxed. And then he can sleep for as long as he wants, which will probably be about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other way we check if he's eating enough, if he's exclusively receiving milk from you, then he should definitely wake up in 2 hours or less to eat again. That's a good sign that he's eating enough, which people mistake thinking they're not having enough. No, that's a sign that he's eating enough,
Okay.
right? The other sign he's eating enough is at some points throughout each day, you have something we call calm alert, where he's just okay. He's just, his eyes are open. He's just looking around, just going like this. You should have a few of those per day where he's just like not crying, just hanging out.
Yeah, he does.
That's great. And then the other really important thing is how much they poop. So day 5, he should have 5 poops.
He's
Day,
had three for today already.
that's great.
He
Uh,
probably has a fourth one now.
no, it seems like it. Day 6 is 6, and then 6 to 8 poops or more per day.
Okay.
So if you hit that, and the way his behavior is, and you nurse him until his hands are relaxed, and you go to your pediatrician, and he's putting on weight, he has enough.
See, like they didn't explain this to me. You know what? Because I have my own thoughts about that.
Which hospital?
Cats Women's LIG. I mean, I had a great experience. I can't say anything bad. I just feel like when it comes to, Black mothers, I feel like they just feel like we're not going to do it. So it's not, there's no like vested interest in explaining these things. Um,
Right.
it was more like she just basically was like, do it or not. Because then she was like, oh, don't do formula because of the whole nipple confusion thing. And I'm just like, it's my first child, and I didn't know what to expect the first 24 hours. And it's like, honestly, like looking back just 5 days ago, like I was in another world, like mentally, like it was so much happening. It's like, a joy, excitement, you're getting so much support in the hospital, so it's like I wasn't really processing, and I just felt like there was no proper way to um prepare for the breastfeeding part.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I don't have my mom. My mom's deceased. My husband's mom is
Oh,
deceased.
I'm
So
sorry.
like, I don't have that like,
Yeah.
motherly person to
Yeah.
say, yeah, I mean I have a village of mothers that I could ask, but it's different.
Yeah.
Um, and that was part of my, like, I guess I don't know if you felt my frustration in my initial message to you, but I was going through that because I was getting upset. And then there's also this pressure of people like, oh, I hope you're breastfeeding, and it's like making you feel like if you're not, you're a terrible mom or you're not doing the best for your child. And it's like, if it was that easy, everybody would do it. Like Similac and Enfamil would not have a business if it was just so simple. And so,
Sometimes really tough.
okay, he's pulling off, I think. Yep,
Mhm.
I see your fingers.
He looks great. You did great.
Still closed.
So if his hands are still closed, I mean, it seems like he totally ate, but he'll be hungry again in a bit.
Okay,
So I wouldn't let this sleep go that long, like 15 minutes or less.
okay.
And then he'll be back for more. If you want, you could put him flat on his back because then he'll be upset and then we could feed him again.
Now, do I have to burp him breastfeeding?
Don't have to.
Okay.
If you find that he falls asleep and then wakes up screaming until he's burped, then yeah. But if he's not complaining about it, then no.
Uh-oh, he peed through.
Okay, that's a good job.
He was not wet when I picked him up.
Hmm.
All right. And he made his first poop on me today. Well, actually, no, his first poop when he came out, he
Yeah.
pooped on me. But then he made his first poop at home on me earlier today. Too funny. I was happy that I didn't get dressed yet. So now I know don't get dressed.
Oh, it goes flying, right? A lot.
A lot. It was like splash. I was like, ah.
Make a
Oh,
mess.
peed a lot. And we changed you when we came home. That's good though. You're hydrated.
So that's a great sign. He ate so much, it just ran through him again. Good job, Mama.
Yeah, he's gonna blow in a second.
Careful, get it. Cover, cover, cover. See, cover. How to switch hands, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh my God.
Everything.
So yummy. Look at this
Yeah,
baby.
he is yummy.
Look at this yummy
I
baby.
can't believe I pushed him out. He's so big.
You're amazing. Good. How many pounds? You said 8 and change, right?
8'11" he was born. When we discharged from the hospital, he was 8'2", and today he was 8'8", 8'8" or 8'6". Can't remember.
That's awesome.
I think 8'8".
That's awesome, Mama.
And that's doing both things. So he's yawning. I have to clean his belly button. The hospital says don't clean the belly button. But then the doctor was like, yes, you can clean the belly button. It's
You
like
can,
everything the hospital said, the doctor said you could do
I
it.
mean, you don't have to, but you can just make sure it's not covered. You know that, right? Like turn the
Yeah.
pamper
Yeah, the Pampers turned down.
to pass the air out or it gets nasty.
And then the lips, the doctor said it could be because it's dry, but his lips are like kind of chapped. So I'm leaking. I'm like, why is
Oh,
he
so much,
wet? I'm like, why are you still wet? It's
yeah,
February. It's this
so
one.
much milk.
Yeah.
Let's try and switch sides because you need it. So
Yeah.
hungry anyway. So yeah, put that hand behind his neck. Do you want to use the
I'm gonna
pillow?
try it without it.
Okay, yeah,
It's behind me.
right.
Let's try different ways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good job. Right, and get your hand behind his neck. Uh-huh. You're gonna tilt that head up and put his chin on the bottom areola.
He's pushing up. Whoa.
Drive that chin in firm.
He's on.
Excellent. Good job, Mama. And now holding you guys snug, tilt yourself back and relax. There you go. And take a nice deep breath. You did it. Like you did it. So you know you did it. I mean, I helped you online, but my hands aren't even there. You did this.
Don't move.
He's
Spring.
getting
Falling
lots
asleep.
of milk right now. He's getting lots of milk.
Okay, he unlatched.
Well, probably because he's like, that's a lot of milk.
He's getting a lot.
He's like, whoa, Mama.
Okay. All right, too much.
He just needs a pause, probably. You're like, that's like 3 steaks. Can I have a minute?
A yawn in between. That was a lot, right?
Yeah, you see his hands that they aren't as tight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's starting to get some food in there, but he's not quite done.
Okay. All right.
You could try again. Put your hand behind his neck. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And see, this is when I get frustrated normally because
Yeah, just gotta have
now he's
patience.
like beating me up, you know?
Slide the hand down.
Hmm?
Slide your hand behind his neck.
Right. I'll turn you this way a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay.
All right. And drive in that chin.
Move your hand. He just pushed his hands in between. Move your hand. You're so feisty.
Mm-hmm. Do you want his chin up, head up? Mm-hmm.
This one.
There's more patience. Maybe he has to try and poop probably, but let's still try. As soon as you get that mouth, drive that chin and squeeze it in there. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Squeezing that milk. Use the hand that holding the press to squeeze it in there. There you go.
Mm.
And
I see fish lips. Like
uh-huh. Good. How does it feel?
it's stingy, but it's not. Oh my God, he's gonna pull my nipple off.
I see it. His head is a little, you see his head's like this. Right. I want to use your hand to like drag him this way to get more head up and press in. And then press in the boob. Press. How's that feel?
Better.
There you go. Is it still hurty at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. So even though it was just hurting a bit, I want you to work on those slight things because when it's hurting a bit, it's just going to hurt more and more and more. So we want to address those things that hurt a bit. And all it was, I saw his head was a bit down. We had to bring it back up. How's it feel there?
It's good.
Ever
Now, the
so,
only thing is that this is my non-dominant hand, so it's kind of hard to maneuver his.
it is, it is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's easy for me to squeeze, but it's not
And,
easy for me
like press, right?
to. So
Well,
that
I'm sure you'll get lots of time to practice.
you're making gas now. Oh, he's gone.
Well, he just ate a ton, which is excellent on both
He's knocked out.
hands. How are his hands now?
Well, this one is open, but this one is like
So we still got some more room to eat. Go ahead and feed him again. Put your arm behind his neck. You could use like the pillow maybe just for his butt. Looks like he's gonna fall asleep.
farting away.
Good job, baby.
Mommy was starving you all this time, giving up. You're gonna
You
give
didn't give up. You didn't give up. You did great.
up. Okay. Here we go.
Yep, you want to move him down so he has to exactly. Good job. Head tilt up and be firm with him. It's fine. Yep. Is he being so cute?
Yeah, he's like
Mm.
the pillow is better.
How's it feel?
Good, no pain.
Painless, completely painless?
It's not completely painless, but
Okay.
it's not like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Right, so press that hand in his back and pull him a little bit down towards his butt. And more, yep, make sure there's more chin pressure. The hand holding that boob, push it in more. How's it feel now?
Better.
Yeah. I love
Sleep
that.
again.
You're making my day. You're making my day.
You're making my day. I'm so happy. I don't think I've been this happy since he came out. I mean, I'm being funny, but it's like very.
I know you want to feed your child, like everybody, all the mommies and the daddies want to feed their baby. And a bad latch is excruciatingly painful. right?
All right. Hands are open a little bit.
I think he's got a little more space. He could eat a little bit more.
He's pushing. You wanna you wanna poop? He's like this.
Starting to get drunk, right? You see? Like you could
Yeah.
drunk and tired. Like, oh my God, I ate all
Right? I
day.
don't know what this is. Google Chrome wants to. Okay, I don't know what that is.
I could tell he's tired. I could tell he's full from here. He's like,
He's like mouth open, eyes
yeah.
closed.
So it looks like you could totally nurse exclusively. I don't see or hear any flags that you can't.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You saved my. You saved the day.
We could still continue to talk about it.
Definitely like, because like you said, like it's just intuitive to just like.
Yep.
But
Yep. It looks like that's what you should do. It looks like you should bring them in like that, right? Like that's how it looks. But then they bite you.
yeah, because I mean, like I said, the first time, the second time, it wasn't so bad. But then afterwards, I guess just my technique, because it,
No, it's just like the first few, like anything that hurts, you do it a few times, it won't hurt. But if you could, like if you have on heels, it's fine the first hour.
right.
Hour six, you're like barefoot flopping around. I can't do this. Like,
So like now when it comes to pumping, like
yeah,
so if I'm doing this every 2 hours, give or take,
or less.
um, I'm pumping when
So for right now, you don't have to pump.
okay, okay,
Okay. You would only pump if you have a problem. But if he's eating and pooping and everything's that smooth, cool. But one of the problems you might have is too much milk,
okay,
where he's totally has enough to eat and that's great, and you still have so much milk in you it hurts,
okay,
then you can just pump that down till it stops hurting. And please do. Like if he's tanked and full and sleeping and your boobs are like, ouch, pump it down. And like I said, put the pump on very low. If it's hurting, turn it down. I don't care what, there's all these different things. I don't care about that. Just anything that's not hurting.
okay. And I bought a manual pump too.
Anything that works.
Okay,
Anything that
I
works.
was gonna try that as well. Um, just having options.
Right.
And
Also,
I bought nipple shields, but I'm not gonna need to use that because
you're
yeah,
good. You
okay,
can use the Haka too when it feels too tight and hard. And if
okay,
you feel like a hard spot, sometimes you get that hard spot. You like massage it down, massage it down. You can
okay,
hand express. You can go in the shower and just try and squeeze it out and squeeze it out.
okay,
But you could just straight nurse for the next few weeks.
okay,
In about 2 weeks, though, if he hasn't had a bottle, I would reintroduce it when he's around 3 weeks old.
okay.
And then use your pumped milk, either from the Haka or the pump.
Mm,
And he could have some and do it a few times per week, so he just can.
okay. So you
If
guys
you
get accustomed to just
Right,
breast.
because if you stay exclusively breast, then he'll want exclusive breast.
Okay, yeah,
But
that's what's happening to his cousin now.
yeah, so I say sometime around week 2 or 3, but I want to give you guys a chance to nurse and feel confident.
Okay,
Basically, like whenever you feel comfortable, like you can do this, then wait a whole week of like, I can nurse confidently for a week and
okay,
then pump here and there. It's not an exact amount, but just here and there so he can, switch, switch, switch. And then a month before you go back to work, call me and I'll explain all that.
okay. Are you up?
One thing at a time.
I know, right? I don't want to get overwhelmed. His hands are open now.
Good. He ate. He looks happy.
Yeah, usually like he'll have some and then like I'll stop and then like he'll wake up and then he's crying. So I'm like, all right, he's still hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know like what it is.
Yep.
So like my back hurts. Is that part of the being full here?
Being full and also not making sure you're comfortable. So remember, after I got him on you, I said, now you sit back. Because
Okay.
too often we just nurse like this,
Right.
right?
Okay.
And
Right. And then
you
yeah,
do your
straight.
latch, and then you have to get comfortable.
Okay.
You know, if you need head support, use all the pillows, support your feet because it's hours. You nurse 10 to 12 times a day.
I
So
work for you now.
you gotta be comfortable. You gotta like breathe, pillow everything, pillow your head, pillow all your arms, your legs, your feet.
Okay.
And even with all that, it is really tiring.
Yeah, I noticed too, like, and I'm nursing, I start to feel like I also am like
It makes you
getting
fall
through.
asleep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And something else I have to work on is eating as well. Like, I just haven't really had an appetite.
Well, make sure you drink and stay hydrated. That's really
Yeah,
more.
I'm definitely drinking a lot. Like, I have like 3 or 4 of my Stanley cups of
Okay,
a
good.
day. Um, but I'm starting to feel like I need to eat too. So,
I mean, you should, of course, eat and be healthy, but I want you to know that even if you're eating horribly, you're still doing a great job and the milk is still good.
all right, cool.
It's not a pass, but it is a pass. But it's true. You don't have to eat great.
Right,
That milk is still amazing. You do need to hydrate because how's your body supposed to do this, right?
right.
Because you have to make your own blood supply and this and that. So if you have to do blood and milk, it's just a lot, right? But
And especially after being pregnant already, your
yeah,
body's
a lot. So make sure you drink enough. And yeah, you should have good nutrition because it helps your mood and your energy, and that's important, in your recovery. But if you have a day where you ate like crap, I want you to know that milk is still perfect.
okay.
All
So
right.
the Oreos I ate earlier is fine.
The milk is still perfect. The milk is still perfect. He'll probably get a taste for the things you eat, though. So if you want to start to train him to healthy foods, though, because
Yeah,
flavors do come through.
okay.
So whatever you eat, he's gonna be like, that's delicious.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, normally I eat pretty good. Like,
Hmm.
I tried my best, even when I was pregnant, to not eat
That's good.
heavily. I love when I was in the hospital, like the fruit and everything they was just bringing, just like
Yep.
that was really good. The food was good. I know hospitals have a bad rep for bad food, but that
Yeah.
hospital has good food.
Yeah. That's great.
So like I like my mixed fruit. After the doctor, we picked up like grapes and strawberries and cantaloupe and the
Hmm.
whole great like just a bunch of stuff. So I'll have fruit salad
That's
and
good.
oatmeal, and I know oatmeal is good for making
Hmm.
milk. So
Hmm. The main thing that's gonna help your supply is him,
okay,
that you nurse frequently.
well,
If your boobs are hard and you don't remove the milk either by him or by pumping, it tells your breast that you have too much milk and to scale it back.
okay.
So you don't want that to happen. All right, girl, you made my night.
You made my night too, because then I was like telling my husband, I was like, it's virtual, and I was like, I'm such a hands-on person. I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but it just you demonstrating and explaining the whole neck and chin, like that made a world of, like you said, we don't drink, we drink like it makes
And I think also, everyone our whole lives, whenever you were a girl, and they're like, support the head, support the head. Everyone's doing this
right,
and then
right,
doing this. And then you can't drink like that.
right. And it also is pulling down your nipple, so
Exactly. Yeah, it like pinches you up. They pinch you
right,
up.
because like now they're finally not like weird shape.
Yeah,
I mean, it's bleeding, but
it'll heal up. Like the more you really don't allow the pain to sit, you're like, well, it's okay. I'm like, no, fix that. Like move them down and push it in and drive the chin. See, this hurts less. It's just this to this. Ouchies, improvement. Ouchies, improvement. If you do want to do the football hold, you gotta not curl them in,
And
right?
I think that's what I'm doing wrong.
You have to, so sometimes I do it out to the, like out to the side. Like I'll put a pillow for them here, right? So
Like,
I can still get the head like this, you know, to
right.
not be this. Has to be like this.
Yeah, because then the idea is like you're holding like this, and like you said, then it ends up,
It
yeah.
looks cute,
And,
but it doesn't work. So when he gets older, he'll be able to do it chin down. Just like when you're older, you could use a straw. But for him to right now, the way his mouth is, he needs to be like that.
and the doctor looked at his mouth. She didn't see anything that would be like an obstruction or anything. So
Well, the fact that he nursed, I can tell that he's okay.
he just looked like, "Why are you waking me up?" It closed his eyes, but
He must feel so happy now and full. He's warm, he's doing skin to skin, and he got enough to eat.
my stomach tastes good.
Delicious. Mommy. So I want you to definitely have an eye on him as soon as you see those hands start to close.
Yeah, they're open now. Like,
Okay. I mean, you can try to feed him with his hands like that, but to definitely make sure you definitely do when they start to close back up. And don't wait till he's hungry.
yeah, I have to get up. So that was what, six something. All right, let's. You said 2 hours or less, so I should expect something soon.
Yeah, like an hour or two.
Oh, this was so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, why? I know my insurance. I know a lot of insurances don't cover like lactation consultants. And if
Yeah.
they do, it's like you probably won't get an appointment till the baby's like 6 months or something. So
Right.
then it's like, oh, now I know like for any mothers to kind of like just telling them definitely do your research and understand how to do it beforehand because it makes a world difference.
It's hard to know before because we won't know which problems
Or
will.
at least be aware that there could potentially be
Right.
problems.
Yeah.
I don't think that enough is said about that. The same thing like with the postpartum blues. Like I've heard postpartum depression, but I
Yeah.
never heard of postpartum blues. And I'm like, they told me when I was leaving the hospital, oh, I'll be fine. And then like the last 2, 3 days, I'm just like sad. Uh, so it's
Uh,
like, again, like if I had kind of, not that it would change anything,
oh, it's good to know.
but it's good to know, like, okay, there's nothing wrong with me. This is normal.
I think majority of us have the blues postpartum, like crying, super common. If you haven't cried, I'm surprised. You
Yeah,
know?
like a family friend of ours, she was like, I don't know about the blues. I don't remember having that problem when I had my son. I was just like, okay, well. Everybody else that I talked to about it, they said, yeah, like some people, they said it lasted like a week. Some people said it lasted like 2, 3 days. Everybody, it varies. I mean, for me, the biggest challenge was, I think the trigger was the not being able to like be comfortable breastfeeding. It wasn't that I could or couldn't. It's just not being comfortable, not knowing if what I'm doing is right or like what I could do to make it better. So I think now that I feel a little bit more, not I won't say a little bit more, but now that I feel comfortable,
Mhm.
I think that that will change the trend with the way the blues was going. So we'll see. We'll see. It's like another thing to add, like, oh no, I can't feed my baby like liquid
Oh, I know.
food.
I know. All right, my dear. Well, feel free to check back in with me, all right?
Oh well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your help
Thank you.
and just your promptness too.
Well,
I
when they have to eat, they have to eat now, right?
exactly, exactly. I
Okay,
appreciate
honey.
it. Okay, thank you so much
Thanks.
again. Okay, good night.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was great. I'm so glad I was able to help her breastfeed tonight. Sometimes I could do it online, sometimes I can't. And that was very successful. Yay! Thanks for coming, folks.